I'd like to call to order the regularly scheduled meeting of the Westborough Planning Board for tonight, May 17, 2022. Our agenda tonight is fairly short because two of the public hearings that we have are going to be continued to next week, and Zach Bugner will be joining us next week, not this week, for an update on current initiatives. Let's take the continuation of the public hearing for site plan review application at 155 Oak Street. We have a letter from the applicant asking for such to be adjourned. I'd like to read the letter into the record. Dear Chairman Silverberg and members of the board, to facilitate schedules, Spectrum Health Systems hereby respectfully request the planning board to continue the presently scheduled hearing for May 17, 2022, public meeting to the public meeting on May 24, 2022. Are there any questions or comments from the board members? Jim, you have any questions?
No questions.
Could I have a motion to continue the public hearing for the Oak Street facility until May 24th, next Tuesday?
So I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing for site plan review for 151 to 155 Oak Street till next week, May the 24th.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? It's unanimous. The second agenda item is a continuation of a public hearing for site plan review for the application for 25-29 Research Drive. There's a letter from the applicant, which I will read into the record. To the members of the planning board, we're scheduled for a public hearing for site plan review application on 25-29 Research Drive on May 17, 2022. In accordance with our telephone conversation on behalf of the applicant, I respectfully request that the public hearing be open to schedule and then immediately continue to that public comment into the planning board meeting on May 24, 2022. I would appreciate your placing this matter at the end of the agenda. Please be advised this request is acceptable, and if so, whether any person from the applicant's team needs to be present at your meeting on May 17th. Sincerely, Marshall Gould. Are there any questions or comments on this request? Jim?
No comments.
Could I have a motion to continue the public hearing?
So I'll make a motion to continue the public hearing for site plan review for the application at 2529 Research Drive to May 24th, 2022.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Any comments? All in favor? All right. Said public hearing is continued to next week. Jim, do you have anything? Oh, and Tim, I guess you did tell me that Zach Bugner will be with us next week to discuss.
Yes. The other two items that you have on your agenda, I know you have minutes. I'm not sure if there's minutes prepared for you to act on. However, the housing choice we keep on the agenda just in case there's any update. There's no update on that particular project. Discussion of Master Plan Implementation Committee. So at your next meeting on the 24th, I have asked VHB to please come in to discuss their proposed contract, which you have a copy of, and to talk about the project schedule and to make recommendations to the board regarding the composition of the implementation committee. I think that's really important because over the last couple of weeks, I've had several departments call me with interest to find out who's going to be appointed, when they would be appointed. And I know that the members have their feelings about whether staff should be on this or not. If so, how many? Should it be only residents? Should it be members of appointed or elected committees? All of that, I think you should discuss and have the consultant give you a recommendation about what they've seen in other committees as well as what they recommend.
But I think it's important that everyone think about the composition of the committee. I mean, is this going to be a citizens-driven committee? Is it going to be a government-driven committee? You know, how we want to set this committee up. And so I think it's important to all think about that.
I would think, Madam Chair, too, is a prerequisite to the composition of the committee is the objectives of the committee. So what is its role vis-a-vis the master plan, which is complete now, which is enumerated with a number of actions. So I think probably some discussion about what the committee will actually take action to do and who they will interact with, that sort of thing would be helpful from VHP as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's very helpful. I think that makes a big
And then,
difference.
then what makes sense for Westborough.
Sure. Yeah, and every community is different, so I think probably there's been a variety of makeups of committees in the various communities which VHB has dealt with, and I think that'll be very useful for us. I really do.
I had a quick question for
Sure.
Jim regarding our last meeting and the discussion on the West Park Drive project.
Yes.
Jim, and it may be a little premature tonight on the 17th, but there were a number of things that needed to happen kind of in close order with regard to revision to the plan and approval from Mass Development, not Mass Development, MassWorks.
MassWorks, yes.
So those things, is everything moving along?
I think
with your
I
hope?
kept everybody up to date. We did receive approval from MassWorks, and we received that approval last week. There was a formal letter that we received from MassWorks yesterday, and if I have not shared that with
you saw it?
Yeah, okay, thought so.
Granting us the additional monies.
Granting the additional money, the additional $367,000, bringing the total now to $1.8 million for the project. We have met with the applicant to amend the road. He now needs to come back to us with a construction schedule. So I have asked I've asked the applicant's manager to be prepared to discuss a construction schedule with us on the 24th when the public hearing formally opens.
Great.
So I don't want to talk too much about it tonight because it's not on our agenda.
It was more that we're on track.
We are on track.
Because you were coordinating a number of different, it seemed like there was some different things on the critical path.
So the next critical step in the process is to get the plan amended and adopted by the planning board. So the applicant's engineer will come in, they will discuss the waivers from the subdivision rules and regs to modify the road. You'll have to vote those waivers and then vote the approval of the plan. And I'm not sure if that'll happen on the 24th, but if it doesn't happen on the 24th, it needs to happen at the first meeting in June.
Okay.
Because we have to sign the contract with the construction contractor before June 15th.
Perfect.
And I
Thanks.
think everyone got in there from Jim. You sent out a discussion of this. I guess you sent out some information on this, I believe, to us. Did you not?
We sent you the plans last
Yeah,
week, and today we
right.
sent you the list of waivers.
Yeah, it was the list of waivers.
Waivers,
that just
that's what I
all
saw.
came out, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Are there any other questions for Jim?
You have someone in the audience. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they're here.
Excuse me,
Were you here for one of the public hearings?
I was here for the Samuels and Associates.
They requested a continuance to the 24th.
Represent the Carpenters Union.
Oh, okay. Yep. They'll make a formal presentation next week on Tuesday.
yeah, 6:30 approximately.
11 Park Drive, is that,
You're talking about the Spectrum project at 151 Oak Street? So Park Street, we have Park Street, or are you thinking about West Park Drive? So West Park Drive is near 495. It's an industrial road, private road. Gutierrez does not own that road. It's owned by Caruth Capital. Gutierrez project was the Olympus project, and that's complete. Yes. There's no buildings. It's just a road. They're only building an extension of the road. Yeah, you're welcome.
Right, feel to join us.
Yes.
Okay. If there's no other business, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Sure, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a
Well,
second?
look at me.
if you had anything else?
I second.
All in favor? Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Just to remind everyone, it's going to be a long meeting next week.
Yeah, the 24th.
Do we have snack time?
I know, should I bring cookies?
I think I'm gonna finish.